What's going on, everybody, and welcome back once again to the channel. And before we get into today's video, make sure to subscribe and sack that like button if you have not already. In today's video, I'm going to be doing my NFL Week 4 preview. So without further ado, let's begin. So the first game I want to talk about is Dolphins at Bengals, the Thursday night game tomorrow. This is a bit of a trap game for the Dolphins. They're 3-0 coming off of a big emotional win, and they were playing in 100-degree weather where it did affect their opponent more than them, but it affected them too. And I think this Dolphins team is slightly beat up and fatigued, and then having to travel on a short week up to Cincinnati might be a bit of a trap game. I think the Dolphins are the better team than the Bengals, no doubt, but I'm actually going to have them losing this one 34-31 in a high-scoring affair. Next game, the London game, Vikings at Saints. Looking forward to this. Watch some football early in the morning. You know, the Vikings have been playing better as of late. They just seem more functional than the Saints are. I'm going to take the Vikings to win it 27-23. Next game, Seahawks at the Lions. You know, the Lions definitely need to get a win to get back on track and get to 2-2. The Seahawks need one too. I think the Lions are the better team. They should win it 27-21. Then the Jets at the Steelers. Zach Wilson will be making his first start of the season as it's expected. You know, this is obviously a needed win for both sides. I think it's more important for the Steelers. You're playing at home and you're playing a weaker team. I got the Steelers winning it 27-24. Then the Bears at the Giants. Giants coming off of the Monday night loss. I think they'll win this one 28-14. I see the Bears continuing to struggle offensively. Then the Titans at the Colts, a early big-time matchup in the AFC South. This game's really a coin flip. Both times these teams played last year, it was pretty tight games. I got the Colts winning this one 24-23. Then the Chargers at the Texans. You would think that this is a guaranteed win for the Chargers, but after what happened last week, who knows? And I think it's important to note that the Texans did beat the Chargers last year 41-29, I believe it was. So that's something important to keep in mind. But all that aside, Texans front seven is not good. I think Austin Eckler is going to be able to run very well on them. I think the offensive line will have a bounce back game, and I think the Texans will struggle to get things going against that Charger defense. I got the Chargers winning it 31-17. Then the Browns at the Falcons. Obviously, the Browns coming off their Thursday win from nearly about a week ago. You know, at the time of making this video, both of these teams, I think, match up well. On the defensive side of the ball, I think the Falcons' front seven is actually pretty solid, which means the Browns may not have it as easy of a time running the ball, which means Jacoby Brissett may have to put the ball in the air more than the Browns would like him to. And then on the other side of the ball, I think the Falcons' offensive line will struggle to get a running game going or to help protect their quarterback against that Browns pass rush. However, Myles Garrett may not play because of the car accident he was in. I have this being a tight one, but the Browns pull it out 17-16. Then the Commanders at the Cowboys, big-time NFC East matchup early on. The Commanders need this win to keep pace with the Cowboys and the Eagles, and the Cowboys just need to keep pace with the Eagles. Cowboys are the better team. Commanders' offense has been struggling as of late. Cowboys' defense has been playing good all year long. I got the Cowboys winning it 24-10. Then the Jaguars at the Eagles. This will be an emotional game for both sides. I think Doug Peterson, this is going to be pretty emotional for him returning to the Eagles Stadium, CenturyLink Field, and the Eagles welcoming back their former coach who brought them their first Super Bowl title just 5 years ago. I think that this is going to be interesting. They have a freaking statue of the guy outside. I think this is going to be a very hard-fought game, and I'll tell you this, if the Jaguars do win it, the Jaguars are for real at 3-1, but I don't have them winning it. I got the Eagles winning it 27-20. I think the Jaguars like to run the football and set up the pass from that. They'll have a hard time doing that at first, I think, against that physical front of the Eagles. Jaguars also, their pass rush has been good. That's what's been won them the last couple games, that pass rush they've generated, which I think they'll have trouble to do which will leave A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith more time to get open against that weak secondary, which means Jalen Hurts will have a big game. Then the Bills at the Ravens, one of the best games this week. I think the Ravens match up well on the offensive side of the ball against the Bills because the Ravens are a run-heavy team, and we've seen the Bills struggle to stop the run and the pass. And plus, Ed Oliver probably will not play again. I think the Ravens have the defense to at least slow down the Bills. I got the Ravens winning this one 27-24. The Josh Allen versus Lamar Jackson series right now is tied 1-1. The winner of this will take the lead for those keeping track. Then the Cardinals at the Panthers. Cardinals are the better team, but the Cardinals traveling to the East Coast. I think this is a game that the Panthers are actually going to win and actually get to 2-2. I think the Panthers at first may struggle to get the run going, but I think Baker Mayfield may have a big game against that secondary. That secondary of the Cardinals is not very good. Cardinals are going to have to run the football a lot and run it well if they want to be able to win this game because the Panthers secondary is actually pretty solid. Then the Broncos at the Raiders. This is also another big-time matchup for both of these teams. I think if the Raiders lose this game, their season's over. If they drop to 0-4 this year in this AFC conference, there's no coming back from being 0-4. So I think if the Raiders lose this game, their season's over. They're going to come in here pretty desperate. The Broncos need this win to, keep up with the Chiefs. Obviously this game could go either way. The Broncos should be able to get some sort of a passing game going against that trash Raiders secondary. But I think the Raiders are going to win this game 26-23. I think they're the more desperate team. Denver's coming off of a couple of wacky wins. I think the Raiders win this one and keep their season at least on life support for now. Then the Patriots at the Packers. Mac Jones is very unlikely to play, which means the Patriots are either going to be starting Brian Hoyer or Bailey Zappi, their 4th-round pick, who was very good last year in college football, by the way. But he's on the practice squad for a reason. The Patriots have no corners that I think are going to be able to get stops against Aaron Rodgers, and the Packers front seven is going to completely shut down the run. Patriots are going to be throwing a lot. Hoyer or Zappi, whoever it is, there's so many good DBs on that Packers team. There's going to be a lot of interceptions on the Patriots side. I got the Packers winning this one 35-10. And to add to this, it's in Lambeau. Then the Sunday night game. Look, as a Chiefs fan, I've been waiting for this matchup since they last played in the Super Bowl. Chiefs at Buccaneers. A lot of uncertainty of where this game will be played, but it's starting to look like that it will end up being played in Tampa because of Hurricane Ian. Wish everyone in the Tampa area and anyone who's affected by this hurricane the best. But from a football standpoint, this is a big-time matchup, and I cannot wait for it. The Buccaneers secondary, they're going to have Mike Evans back. He's back from suspension. I don't know if Chris Godwin will play. Julio Jones will probably play. So the Bucs are going to have some of their top guys back. The Chiefs' defense has played very well so far this year. So has the Bucs' defense. So, I don't think this is going to be a shootout, but it's Mahomes versus Brady, and the Bucs are getting a little more healthier. Chiefs have some weapons. I think this will be not a shootout, not a low-scoring game, somewhere around the middle. This is a big game. The Mahomes-Brady series right now is 3-2. If 3-2. Brady's up. If Mahomes can win this game, he'll get it to 3-3. Sure, yeah, Brady will still be up in the Super Bowl Super Bowl head-to-head. But this would be a very important win, and this would be a jubilant win for either side after a tough loss for both of them. I got the Chiefs winning it 26-24. I don't think the Bucs have the corners to slow down Mahomes, and I think the Chiefs' pass rush is going to be able to generate enough, which they've been doing all year against Brady, and get to him. The Chiefs have a good interior in the line. Wouldn't be surprised to see rookie pass rusher George Karlaftis play D tackle and get that straight up the middle pressure on Brady, because that's when Brady's at his weakest. Straight up the middle pressure means he can't step up in the pocket. Chiefs win 26-24. Then the Monday night game, the final game of the week, Rams at the 49ers. These teams played each other 3 times last year. 49ers won the 2 regular season games. Rams won the conference championship. The winner of this game will be in first place in the NFC West, regardless of what the Seahawks and the Cardinals do. So obviously it's a big game. I think I'm expecting a better, more cleaned up game from the 49ers offense this week after last week. You know, it's Garoppolo's first game back in this offense. And the 49ers defense, even in the championship when they lost, seemed to just really know how to limit that Rams offense. They did it in both games in the regular season, and then they did it in the championship game. So, you know, I think the 49ers will win this game 20-17. I think it's going to be a dogfight. I think this game's going to be a very rough, gritty game on Monday Night Football. It's going to be fun, but I got the 49ers winning it 20-17. Comment down below what you guys think. Who do you guys think are going to win these games? And other than that, I'll see you guys next time.